Kales, and it's that time of the month again! It's time for my June wrap-up. This video is gonna be a little long, which I apologize for, because I read 10 books. Read 'em and weep. 10 10 books in the month of June. Boo to the yeah. Woohoo! Oh, that's just an accomplishment. Maybe it's just a sad comment about how I don't have really anything else going on in my life right now, but that's okay. I have books, and that matters. I'm gonna tell you about them now. Book 1! One of the first books that I read was The Island of Dr. LIBRIS by Gabenstein. And I have to say, I was kind of disappointed because I very much enjoyed Escape to Mr. Limoncello's Library, and this book, while it was similar because, you know, it was about books and children reading and advocacy of that, and like, you know, he goes to an island where all the characters come to get life, it was cool, but that's about all I gave it. Was a cool idea, storyline. Book 2 is Between the Lines by Jodi Picoult and Samantha Van Leer. And I read this book because I wanted to read off the page. I read this one first because they're like companions, and I'm really glad that I ended up reading this one first. It was adorable, really cute. I gave it like 3 out of 5 stars because I thought it was, I hate using the word fluffy, but it was fluffy to that degree. You know, it's fairy tale and enchanting and endearing, and, you know, but I mean, she falls in love with a book character, which of us readers has not done that? So in my opinion, I thought it was a really cute read, really liked it, and I'm glad that I can scratch Jodi Picoult off the list of authors that I want to read someday. Now that I've read 2 of her books, because we're moving on to book 3, which is, you guessed it, Off the Page by Jodi Picoult and Samantha Van Leer. And this book was actually the Booksplosion book of the month, so check out Jessie the Reader, Poland Bananas Books, and Katie Tastic's book talk. This book I thought was very interesting because it told the story from the perspective of not only Oliver, Delilah, who we met in the last book, but also Edgar, who something happens to him and you see that, I don't really want to say because it's kind of a spoiler, but it's really cool that it's told from all 3 perspectives, and I liked this book a little bit better because it added more elements to the story. Also, it got dark. Man, I didn't expect it to get dark. There's just like one section where it deals with some heavy stuff, and you don't expect it to take that turn, especially after Between the Lines being so light. This one's a little less light, but I liked it a little bit more. Book 4! We have The Selection by Kiera. People have been telling me I need to read this book for a long time. My cousin Lauren, Sarah Ella, was like, you need to read this, and I see this book all the time on booktuber shelves, and so I was like, alright, I'll pick it up. So I picked it up, read it in about a day. I don't know. I didn't move on to the other ones right away, because I had them, but I needed a break, because I liked the idea. I felt it was kind of like a Bachelor series in a book form, like the TV show, which was cool, and I really wanted to see like how it ends, and that's really why I'm going to continue, but oh my gosh, the protagonist makes me want to hit my head against a wall. Her name alone, America Singer, come on. What? So I found her really annoying, and the love triangle made me also very annoyed. However, I'm determined to finish the series because I've been told that this is not what it's really about, that things change, which makes me optimistic for the rest of the series. I'm not giving up on it yet. I'm gonna give it a second chance. Gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. It was cute. Follows YA tropes to a T. Not my favorite, but willing to continue, which I think is important. Book number 5. I finally finished An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I don't have this book right now because I loaned it out immediately to my cousin Daniel. Oh my gosh, 5 out of 5 stars. This book was amazing. Lived up to all the hype. I'm sure you guys are absolutely tired of hearing about it, but oh, it's good. So glad there's going to be a sequel. This world building, her writing alone was just, oh, delicious and so good. Yeah, I really have almost nothing bad to say. I will say, if you are faint of heart, do not read this book because it's intense. Like Game of Thrones intense. More intense than Hunger Games, you know, so, I mean, if, like, that's not your cup of tea, don't read it, and that's fine. You can have a pass on that. I totally understand. But for everybody else, if you can handle it, oh, it's good. Book number 6. I was so excited when this was at my library because I've been going back and forth on to buy or not to buy this book. Yay, libraries! Yes, Please by Amy Polher. I read Bossy Pants by Tina Fey, and it's gotten me into this awesome nonfiction autobiographical book kick, which I'm so okay with being on. As far as I'm concerned, this was an excellent book. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. Really funny, great pictures and stuff. Also really heartfelt. Her chapter on apologies, I think, was my favorite part of the entire book. And it's hilarious, and she's very honest and, you know, yet still keeps private a lot of important things. And I think it's just really well done, and I am really glad that I read it, and now I know that I really want to buy it. Book number 7. Continuing on my nonfiction kick, I picked up We Should Hang Out Sometime by Josh Sinquest, who is a fellow YouTuber who I actually just started watching because I read his book, and it's excellent. It's a 4 out of 5 stars, and it's really funny, but also took this awesome turn at the end, which I will not spoil for you, but holy crap, it was so good and just surprising and really endearing and hopeful, and the symbolism at the end, I just, yay. I just was really happy with this book, and I really liked it, and I actually didn't mind going through this journey of his old exes and figuring out what they had to say about him and what went wrong and learning about himself in the process. I thought it was a great experiment and took a lot of courage, and so I admire him a lot, and I think it's a great book. Book number 8. I also do not have in my possession at this present time because I loaned it off to my sister. If you haven't guessed, I like loaning books that I like, which this book that I like, also continuing on my nonfiction kick, is Hyperbole and a Half by Allie Boesh. All the things! This book is told with a narrative as well as a bunch of graphics and comic-like stories, which is really good. I gave this book a 4 out of 5 stars, but really I wanted to give it more like a 3.5 out of 5 stars because I liked it, I thought it was funny, yet something was missing. Maybe just because I don't get her humor and I don't read her blog that often, but I felt really, like, weird about it. It wasn't hopeful, but it wasn't depressing, it was kind of this weird mix, which I guess in a case is life and, you know, it's got a point to it, but it just felt off for me. And sometimes not well executed. Other times, though, I was laughing out loud. Holy crap. Some of her stories, especially about her dogs, were hilarious. I like it. I recommend it. Like I said, I gave it off to my sister, who I think she'll find it hilarious. But something was lacking for me. Number 9. I did a full book review on this book, and you should go check it out because I really enjoyed Lois Lane Fallout by Gwenda. I was really excited for this book. Like I said, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, gave it a full book review because I think more people should know about this book, and just on a really, like, happy note, I tweeted it out, and Gwenda, the author, tweeted me back. She said, "B, I'm so glad you enjoyed it," which I really, really did. It's a book that follows Lois Lane, who is from the Superman series, and it's about her as a teenager moving to Metropolis and getting involved in the Daily Planet reporting scene and some weird things going on at her school, and it's really cool and really good. And like I said, hope it's a series, hope it continues. If you want to hear more about my thoughts about it, go check out my review. Book number 10! Because I was on a Gwenda kick, I had to go get Girl on a Wire by Gwenda after reading Lois Lane Fallout. This book was great. I really enjoyed it. But also talk about a dark turn. Oh my gosh. I was not prepared. This book follows a young girl named Julieta, or Jules as her nickname is, and she is from a family of circus folk, particularly tightrope walking. That's what she does. Her and her family get signed on to this big circus with the Flying Garcias, who are like their family nemesis. Nemesis. They're enemies. A really great book that has great interesting things about circus life and circus tricks and a lot of history in there, which I really like, but like I said, it also had a weird dark turn to it, so I gave it about a 4 out of 5 stars. I liked Lois Lane Fallout better, but this was a good, different book. Makes me excited for what else Gwenda has out there that I can pick up, because she's now one of my new favorite authors, and I'm gonna have to purchase both books. So, there you have it, ladies and gents. All of my books minus 2 that I read in the month of June. It was quite a reading month for me, and I'm really proud of this fact. I read a lot of good books, and I'm really excited to see what next month has to bring. So let me know if you have any comments, ideas, talk about books that you want to read or have read. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys and talk about it with you. So until next time, bye! But that's okay, because I'm allowed. Anyway, what number are we on? Book. I'm gonna drop this now because it's really, really heavy.